Hey,
Hi.
how are you? Sorry, I had a little bit of difficulty
No,
getting in on my desktop.
no problem at all. I'm going to just turn this volume up as high as it goes. Um, Gosh, so nice to meet you. Okay, let me get ready here.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. I so I'm gonna let you do a little introduction first before we dive into questions. I'll introduce myself and we'll get rolling. Just have a little fun as I sip
Sure.
my cocktail here.
Perfect. Well, my name is Adam Peabody. I'm the co-founder of Flora Hemp Spirits. And essentially, the brand and the company is just about encouraging social cannabinoid consumption the same way you would consume alcohol.
Awesome, awesome. So I have a bunch of questions. I just discovered you guys over the summer. Um, what a gorgeous bottle, by the way. The branding, it's such a beautiful gift. I shared that in stories, but it just adds so much to a non-alcoholic spirit when it just feels special. So you guys did a great job in just making it feel super special.
Thank
Um,
you. Yeah, thank you so much. We really put a lot of effort into the packaging. Um, And really just to make it look kind of like a nicer bottle of alcohol, we want people to fit in when they go to social events. We want, you to get the same attention from friends, oh, what's that? Just like you would if you bring a nice bottle of whiskey somewhere.
Absolutely, yeah, perfect. Looks great on the mocktail bar. So for everybody that's new here, it's just about 6 o'clock now. I wanted to quick introduction. I'm Christine Wayne. I am the founder of On the Mocks, which is a community, a marketing platform. It's a space for the sober curious, the mindful drinkers, and really anybody who's interested in mocktails and non-alcoholic spirits and the whole sober curious space. I am 30 months sober or alcohol free, and I am 31 weeks pregnant. Sometimes I get those reversed.
Oh.
um, and I'm so excited to have you here. I think from one entrepreneur to another, from someone who loves the non-alcoholic spirits and just
Mhm.
beverages. I am a product of the product. These drinks keep me sober, and you can see my shirt here. So fun. That's one of our. That's what part of my mission statement here in this space is to keep the party going without alcohol, because that was a big barrier for me in choosing to give up alcohol. I didn't think I'd still have fun, but we can absolutely still have fun. And so I'm coming live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Where are you right now?
So I'm actually at our facility in Chicago. So we're in the Goose Island neighborhood of Chicago.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the beginning. Tell us a little bit about the story behind the story, like what we're not going to get, on Instagram. A little bit about you, but also where you're from and what you were doing before this baby
Yeah,
came to life.
so my partner and I both have a long history in the hospitality industry, particularly with beverage programs. So I was the beverage director for a pretty prominent hotel group in Chicago. And then my partner was beverage director for a group of cocktail bars, also in Chicago. And what we were kind of noticing is back in 2018, 2019 is a pretty consistent trend of people who wanted mocktails, wanted non-alcoholic beverages, and we were both kind of working in higher end places. And essentially, we kind of discovered that all mocktails are basically just like a mix of juice because when somebody asks for one, you don't have anything on the menu, you don't have any sort of alternative. You're just basically throwing together, orange juice, pineapple juice, whatever you can to make something interesting but non-alcoholic. So we really wanted to bring something to the table that kind of, brought some complexity to cocktails. And at the time, I think there were gosh, maybe two or three alcohol alternatives out there.
Mhm.
Um, and we sampled those, and we're a big proponent of all the alcohol alternatives. We love the category. We think there's awesome growth in it. We love to see people kind of hopping on that train. But that being said, we did find something was kind of lacking in a lot of the alcohol alternatives that we had tried, and we wanted something that really shined through in a drink. So that's kind of where we came up with the concept for Flora. And we wanted to still have some sort of active ingredient that gave you a relaxing effect, that still helped with stress relief, that could kind of give you all the positives of alcohol without all those negatives.
Mhm.
And that's kind of why we decided to go the route of, cannabinoids.
Okay. And when did the first batch get released? When?
I believe, honestly, I think it was about a month before the pandemic. I think it was February 2020 was when we officially went live with the product. Yeah.
Wow, still a baby, still new. That's so
Yeah, very new.
yeah.
Yep.
And what timing?
I know.
Well, in there are negatives and there are positives to the whole to the quarantine and how that affected production as negative, but then also as a positive. I think we all a lot of us got enlightened during that period of time to drinking habits and ways to enjoy life after once out and about. So there's so much there. There's a whole other episode. But tell me about the recipe. So and getting that right. Like how did?
Yeah, we went through quite a variety of different recipes to kind of try to find the right one. The vision that we had when we started with the product was we kind of wanted to go for like a softer gin. Um,
Mhm.
and I think for the most part, we accomplished it with a little bit of our own unique kind of touch on it and unique flair. So we do use a lot of the botanicals that you would see in like a soft citrusy gin. It's like
Mhm.
lemon, lime, cucumber, juniper. A lot of those same notes that you would find in a gin, you'll find in Flora as well. Um, One of the things that we did start with, because we wanted to give it like an alcohol burn,
Yep.
so we were putting like we tried doing like cayenne pepper, like all sorts of different like chilies. And when we first made the product, we were in a very small space.
Uh-huh.
Now we have a much larger facility with proper ventilation. But when we were boiling all these chilies and stuff to give the product an alcohol burn, and it, ended up kind of gassing us out. But eventually, we discovered that the CBD and the hemp that we're adding to it
Mhm.
had like a nice bitter flavor, and that was kind of like, oh, perfect. This will be our alcohol burn, so to speak.
Yep. Okay, that's so interesting. It's fun to hear that how that all works. And I would definitely compare it to a gin. But I love that the coloring it almost prepares you for something more robust, a little bit,
Hmm.
just a little bit. It's like, and you have the word essence on the bottle, and there's
Yeah,
different essence. So you basically are leaving, room for those who are experimenting to add their own cayenne pepper and peppers and
yeah,
jalapenos, right? Because what we
yeah,
need is just the foundation for building on a drink. But you can drink it on its own, right? And
yeah,
you or with club soda. That's what I'm doing tonight. I threw in a dehydrated orange. Um, but if you want to just sip, maybe as opposed to drink, or it's got a nice uh, combination or taste.
yeah. Of course, and I mean that's exactly what our intended use for the product was. We really equate the bottle to a bottle of alcohol. We do 25 milligrams of CBD in each 2-ounce serving of the Flora Essence. And you can sip it on the rocks, you can shoot it, you can mix it into a margarita or a cocktail, you can mix it with soda for a 0-calorie drink. So we really wanted to go for the same versatility that you'd have with a bottle of vodka or a bottle of gin.
Well, well done. Um,
Thank you.
um, tell us about the name and this branding, and even so much as, if you don't mind, like just the wax on top, just that those extra details. Like I said, at the start, it's gorgeous, and how did where did
Yeah,
that come from?
so I mean, obviously, when you're working with cannabinoids, the color green immediately kind of comes to mind. And then the name Flora, um, we came up with because it's it's kind of like flora and fauna, like it's very natural. It's like, trees and botanicals, that's kind of
Mhm.
like one of the names that we thought of when we were thinking of, well, we want something that like really kind of uh, conveys that message of like natural, wellness, stuff like that. So that's where we came up with the name. I actually did the logos and a lot of the packaging. My partner came up with the wax seal and the little stamp on the top
Yeah.
to kind of, yeah, to kind of give it that like alcohol look and feel. Um, so we really want the product to kind of give you that same look and feel of alcohol and to look like, a conversation piece when you bring it to a party, show up to a social event. You have something that, you can talk about just the same way other people talk about, whatever expensive bottle of whiskey they have coming.
Right. Yeah. No, it was like I almost didn't want to like take off the wax. I'm like,
Yeah.
because it looks so, I've got my beautiful mocktail shells and stuff and spirits, and it's just like, yeah, it's just,
Yeah, and we still hand dip all those to this day. We've upgraded a lot of our filling and bottling equipment to be automated or at least semi-automated, but the wax dipping will pretty much always have to be by hand.
wow. So I'm kind of new still to experimenting with anything CBD infused,
hmm
learning about it, and who makes up your largest audience, and who, whether from women, men, sober curious, so like I'm not sober curious, those who drink, like who are you?
You,
Who's
you know,
drinking?
we honestly really kind of want to target the broadest base possible. We do have kind of people all over the map in terms of who's drinking it. I would say most predominantly with like the 24 to 35 age group.
Mhm.
But that being said, we have a pretty evenly dispersed, uh, clientele looking for the product, and our whole entire vision for the brand is, just to kind of make it more approachable and kind of destigmatize, CBD and THC as like social consumption products. Um, so, we really want to kind of uh, bring that message where, you can consume CBD and THC and you don't have to feel like you're not being included in, the social interactions
Mhm.
that people get from drinking. If I'm drinking a Flora and tonic, whether it be the CBD SKU or the THC SKU, and I'm sitting across from somebody who's drinking a gin and tonic, nobody's going to know the difference. I don't have to go outside and smoke a joint, or I don't have to, hit a vape pen with CBD in it. I can just sit there and drink just like you are.
Very cool. Are you in bars at this time?
Yeah. So we're self-distributed in Illinois. We do have a distributor in Florida, which is the only other state that we're currently in. In Illinois and Chicago, we do have several, mostly cocktail bars that make mocktails with it for their menu, and it's just like a really cool creative thing that they can add to their menu to kind of to appeal to the non-drinkers.
Right. Um, okay. What are you most, so it's sober October right now. We have the holiday season upon us, dry January ahead of us for those that are partaking. Um, Anything fun cooking up over this holiday season? Anything that you're super excited about?
Yeah, so I mean, we're really excited about just the overall category of NA, kind of, and its expansion, and particularly for us, obviously, the cannabinoid category. So it's kind of like a blend of the two markets, you know. So we do have some new products on the horizon that we're kind of looking to release to reinforce that whole entire vision of, you know, social cannabinoid consumption. So we're very excited to bring those. We have the prototypes kind of done. They're kind of like on the
I was
RTD
thinking
kind
that.
of, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, kind of like an RTD. I won't get too into the specifics about what it is until we're, you know, fully done with it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we're definitely looking to break into the RTD market, and then we're looking to put together kind of like a gift box that you can purchase on our website for the holidays and even
Okay.
dry January. So that's going to be a Flora T-shirt, which I actually have on. I don't know if you can see it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a Flora T-shirt, and then one 375 milliliter of each SKU. So it'll come in like a nice fancy box. It's good for, you know, gifting.
Hmm. And you mentioned your website. So is
Mhm.
that the only place that people can shop right now outside of Chicago and Florida? Where should everyone go to shop?
Yeah, you can go to our website. Unfortunately, we don't have distribution outside of Illinois and Florida, so
Right.
website is your best bet. Um, that was www.florahempspirits.com.
Hmm.
And we did also provide a discount code for your users so they can get 10% off with the code on the Mox 10.
Thank you.
And then also we offer free shipping over.
Ah. Oh, so you broke out. You broke out at the very end there, but maybe everybody else heard. You said you provide
Yeah, no,
free shipping
yeah,
over.
the phone line. Yeah, so we provide free shipping over $100. So you know, if you have the discount code and you want to get gifts for a couple people, you know, it might be a good idea to spend over $100 and get free shipping, get 10% off,
Yeah.
and you're good to go for the holidays.
Seriously, shipping is what I think that's probably one of the biggest holdups. It's because, you know, this isn't a tea bag.
I know it's heavy. It's a little weighty.
As I get more pregnant, I'm like, there are these boxes getting bigger. I'm getting bigger. Um, so okay, very cool. All right. Well, I so appreciate your time. Is there anything else that you wanted to share? Anything that you want to leave us with that, you know, sets Flora apart? I love, you know, just immediately I look at the bottle and it's, you know, it's drink to wellness. It's no sugar, 0 calories, non-alcoholic. I mean, that's so appealing to so many here and to so many that have yet to discover you.
Yeah.
Um, Anything you want to say, even just about trying CBD for the first time, a CBD infused drink? What?
Yeah, I mean, well, first off, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure. But as far as the product goes, I mean, trying CBD and kind of going the sober life route, I think they kind of go hand in hand. I think CBD is a great way that you can still kind of, you know, maintain that clarity and also, you know, still unwind and still relax. I mean, anxiety and stress is a part of everyday life. It's not going away with just because you quit drinking. It's not going away, you know, ever for any reason.
No.
So you know, that's why we kind of wanted to spotlight cannabinoids as, you know, a healthier alternative method to alcohol, and we don't. Uh, it's our hope that in the future people will feel less of a stigma around consuming those things socially.
Right. Well, thank you for doing your part in getting that message out there and just even just broadening the sober, curious space, the sober. You know, some people don't love the word movement. I do. We are moving. I have seen so much growth and change since, you know, before even the
Yeah.
quarantine and in my 30 months of being sober. And it's very cool. And to not get bored in this space and to just be like, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? You know,
Yeah.
but um, to really be able to hold a drink and just feel, you know, that it's special, but in a completely different way and taking life with a new perspective.
Yeah, totally. And the trajectory of the category really has us excited. So I mean, there's so many great new products out there. Obviously, we're partial to Flora, but there's tons of awesome products out there that you wouldn't have been able to get even just 2 or 3 years ago.
No, no. Okay. Well, I'm so excited to introduce it to everybody. There's more information, obviously, here on Instagram, saving to the highlights. Everyone's going to see some more recipes coming this week through the end of the month, and more information over in the Facebook group on the Mox. And yeah, well, thank you. Happy Monday, and I hope you have an awesome week.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you so much for having me again.
Thanks.
All right,
Bye-bye.
take care, Christine.
Woo!
Bye.